Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. This is your Wednesday Team Prosperity meeting, and today is July 24th, 2019, and we are so excited to be here with everybody. We're just coming back from the WealthWave Green Carpet Day. It was really cool. Next time we go out, there's always fun events going on all over the place. So can't wait to see you at the next event. And I'm so excited today to have David with us. He's going to say a few words. We had a chance to see him. Mike's got a great presentation for us as well. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. David, if you want to go ahead and jump in, you can. We'd love to hear from you.
Good morning, everybody. Well, as we know, it's summertime and 12 people on the call, but that's okay. All are important. It's very good. I want to say a few words about the Green Carpet Day and being involved with the WealthWave and seeing what happened over there. It's a pretty intense place. It's really cool. And the people, I'm going to all tell you something. We are with a company with great people, incredibly great people. I have never had a chance to meet nicer people, smarter, know what they're doing. Listen, everybody, we're on the course. We just got to keep going at this. But I want you all, please, if you'll do me a favor, take a little piece of paper and notebook out. I would appreciate it. Lana, Mike, and I had the privilege of working with Bill Mitchell, who is the CEO of WealthWave and our company. And he really gave us some enlightenments of how things are done and how to really form a team and really also talk about what we do. Because, yes, we are a digital transformation, digital marketing organization. Great. That's who we are, first and foremost. And we are disrupting the industry, first and foremost. But there's some other ideas that our crusade is being left behind. And he's right. When you're talking to people, and I used exactly what he told me yesterday afternoon with an ABC call with a woman who's coming in tomorrow. So please take note. This will change your thought process a little bit. It has already changed mine. When I'm speaking to people, I talk about our crusade, and I ask them, do they know about the rule of 72? Do you all know what the rule of 72 is? If not, look it up. And ask them if it's working for them or against them. Please write that down. It's big because most people in our industry don't even know what the rule of 72 is. That's how many times your money will double at a certain interest rate, 72 divided by, which gives you the number, how many times your money will double. Big, big moments in life. Talk about living benefits with people and our crusade. Our crusade is really, we teach people how money works. Big line. Use it. We had the opportunity to see Steve Siebold, who's now with WealthWave, who talks all over the country about a book that they both wrote about how money works, which is going to be out very shortly. Very, very shortly. Excuse my phone. Very shortly. And this gentleman, who's now with WealthWave, and because he only joined WealthWave because he loves the people, he's going to be talking in all business stations about this book. I'm talking CBNC, you name it, Bert, it's going to be out there on our benefit. It's a very easy book to read. I mean, it's incredible. They'll be published in a couple months for good, for sure. I'm going to order about 50 of them. I think they're a couple bucks a piece. And any I even talk to virtually, I might just mail this book out to them. Because the book is really going to explain how money works on a very easy basis. It's going to make you feel like you're doing it yourself. I really believe what's going on, and I believe in that extraordinarily, and making us all clients before we even get into the business. Look, I talk to everybody I know, and I hope you all do, about living benefits and the difference in what it can do for them and their family, or you and your family. I don't care who it is. You should always. You're not pestering them. Believe me, you're not. You're actually helping them. You really are. If they turn you down, that's their problem. That's okay if they do. Really is okay. But at least if something happened to them, you've said something to them, and they have the opportunity to even look at the product. and determine whether it's viable for them or not. When it's too late, it's too late. You know, I remember a couple years ago, Mike and Alana bringing this gentleman in, and, you know, back in the day, we were talking about get your training sale done, get it done, get it done, get it. Okay, great, get it done, great. Well, he balked on it, and about a month later, he had a stroke. Boy, that doesn't hit home. Or was it a heart attack? I'm not sure. But then he wanted living benefits. Way too late. Make this thing a crusade. Make it personal with people. This is so important and so vital to people. You can't force them. There's nobody you can't force. But if you educate them properly, and if you don't know living benefits, you really should study it and learn it and know it verbatim. And also use the digital transformation, who we are as a company, being able to do this all over the country. You can, your relatives are across the country, there's no excuse. David's the virtual boomer. I was in Atlanta, had the pleasure of being with Alana and Mike, and the people in the inner circle, and the people from WealthWave. Now I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm working. Bringing people in tomorrow. Then I'm getting on a plane tomorrow and going to Maryland to visit some of my friends. And I'll be there for 6 days. Then I'm going to Long Island for 6 days to visit my Better House friends. And then I'll be in Pittsburgh for a month. I'm working all the way through it. I'm taking pictures of it. I'm going to prove to all of you in the next course of 7 weeks, I'm going to do more business. I'm going to bring in more people than I ever have just to prove a point. I'm not going to bring in anybody. I don't care. I'm turning people away. I don't know if that's good or bad, but, you know, I'm tired of wasting our time training people who go dark. You're all here for a reason. I see 15 of you and really 14 of you, maybe 13. We usually have 25, 30. It's summertime. I get it. People watch the recording. Thank you for watching the recording and listening to me and listening to Mike and Alana. I wanted to give you these insights because what I just said was used by me right after my call with Mr. Mitchell. Lady's coming in tomorrow. She was on the fence. It was the first ABC call. She was on the fence. The second one, when I approached her this way because she wanted some more information, bang, I get it. This is so cool. I want to help people all over the country. I'll be able to do it from my home? Yes. Please take my words in. They will help you. We're always striving to get better. I'm always striving to get better. I'm blessed that we have the opportunity to listen to Bill and spend time with him and learn from him, and we're going to continue to do that. So a little change, but change is good. Remember what I talked about on my birthday. Change is inevitable. Accept it or get run over by it. No choice in my world. I'm going to change it because it's working already, and I'll keep you abreast of it as I travel this. I'll speak every Wednesday briefly for 5 or 10 minutes to give you all updates of what I'm doing and how anybody on this call can do what I'm doing. And the best part of what I'm doing, this whole trip is a write-off, everybody. Even Saturdays, if I'm working, I can justify writing a Saturday off. Not bad. Being able to go see people anywhere you want, work. You know, look, I'm not going to lie. I'm working 5 or 6 hours, but I'm pouring my heart out those 5 or 6 hours. I am. You know, somebody wants to have an appointment with me at night. Hey, guess what? They're going to dinner and I'm staying home. No problem. I don't care. You shouldn't either. You know, your time is valuable. All of our time is valuable. Use it wisely. Use it at your discretion. But start making a difference. To those of you who jumped on after I spoke, please watch the recording. The information I passed on, if you didn't know, is from a gentleman named Bill Mitchell, who's the CEO of WealthWave and has part of our company also, and he has got our best interest. And I think what Mike and Alana and I learned was a big thing yesterday on the phone with him. And we will continue to learn from him. We will continue to learn from the WealthWave, what they're doing, and mirror it a little bit our way. But remember, all they build for us they build for themselves is really for us. You know, they just are. But the other big thing I will tell you, and I'll leave on this note, I'm going to start using a screen to see people's face while I'm talking to them. He's right. Talking to people, talking to my business partners, talking to other people. You know, the old school is looking people in the eye. Well, you don't have to be there in person, but looking people in the eye is a lot different than being able to hear a voice tone. I've mastered the voice tone over 2.5 years, but now I'm going to use my video camera, and we're going to have conversations with people, and I'm going to look people in the eye. I think it'll be a lot better for everybody, including yourselves. You'll be able to tell right away whether the person is fully engaged in what we're doing or they're not. And either way is always going to be fine. You know, I came out of the box, I got really aggravated at people. I'm not anymore. You're either going to do it or you're not, and it'll be next. That's all, till I find the right people. And it will happen. You know, I'm rebuilding. I've got a couple people coming in. I had a great conversation with a gentleman this morning. He gave me his why before he even saw the video. Pretty cool. And I'm speaking to him tomorrow at 8:15, and I got a tier 2 at 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to the airport, and I'm going to be in Maryland at 4:30. I may even have to work from the airport for an hour or two. What's the big deal? Everybody else looks at their phone all day at the airport. Who cares? Put my laptop up, get online. If I have to talk to somebody, I don't care where it is, what time of day it is. It doesn't matter to me. We're building something extraordinary, special. What they showed last night on the meeting, if you didn't watch it, I suggest you record it. It was done really well. And everybody on this call next Tuesday night, please be on the call. It will be mandatory to list something that Chris and Mike and the other people have put together. And listen, I always wish everybody an incredible day, an incredible week. Make every word count. Make every phone call count. Make every LinkedIn count. And have a great day. And thank you for letting me speak, Alana. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much, David. And let me bring up Mike.
All right, guys, hope everybody's doing well. It is, towards the end of summer now. School's going to be starting pretty soon, so we should get back to a sense of normalcy. If you are taking advantage or your partners are taking advantage of the summertime, can't really get upset about that. This is the time we talked about beach, lake, family reunions, just getting together. So enjoy the summer, but also realize that, like we discussed in previous meetings, anything you do right now could have an immediate impact on your business. But also, it sets you up for a strong what's to come, 90, 100 plus days. That's the sweet spot for our business is, August, September, October. So plan accordingly. We structure the new 12-week year, so it'll start around that time. I wanted to open up today with, we just passed the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. Guys, people, if you go back 50 years from 1969 to 1919, and you were to go back and tell people, 50 years from now we're going to be going to the moon, they would think you were insane. The masses never understand the constant change and the constant evolution of what we do as a species, what we do on a technological level. There's a lot of things that have advancement that if you go back in time, people just would not believe. So if you're dealing with that in our business, people don't believe that our business model can work because they have to do it an old way. There's only so much you can say. You want to move on from those people as quickly as possible because it's basically a waste of time. You're looking for a select group of people that can come in, understand what we're doing, follow some guidance, some leadership, use our tools, training, our infrastructure to build something incredible. Also, in 1999, NASA lost communication with the Mars rover that had launched a year earlier because one team that was working on the mission worked in metric units, the other one used English units. That cost NASA, or actually us, the U.S. taxpayer, about $125 million. So the point of this is, needless to say, small things can make a huge difference. So small things in your marketing, small things in your language that you use, small things in the way that you organize and you manage your team. So everything that you look at, yes, we've got this broad vision, but you need to rein it in and understand that what you're doing on a day-to-day basis is very, very important, and you need to analyze that. That's why we offer so many opportunities for activity, 12-week year. The better that you get at specifics, better your business is going to be both immediate and in the long term, because if you can teach other people how to do that, it makes a big difference. Sometimes it's as easy or as simple as just changing a couple words in your approach, in your email, in your message. So just remember that. Small things make a big difference today. Now, some of the things that we do, calling over WFG, you have to be Senior Vice President. But if you are licensed and appointed, you can call over to Crump anytime and ask any question you want, get any illustration that you want. So make sure you understand that they are, we're a platinum partner with them. And what they do, their $2 billion in fixed income annuity business last year, our platform did $600 million of that. So they're very interested in talking with you. They're very helpful. They're very nice. Get to know Crump, and then get to know what's on Crump and how to best use it. But all the time, you've got a sales support team there that you can call, get illustrations, and ask as many questions as you would like. Another thing, guys, when you are building your team, make sure that as you start to manage, you're going to see notes come through. That means people are working. That's a good thing. But also realize that when you set up a CRM, it's set up as correspondence at vfcontact.com. Your partners need to go into their profile, into their email accounts in the CRM, and change that correspondence to their name. So us or you as a manager, when you see those notes come through, you know exactly who it is. A lot easier to know what's going on, respond back, see who's working. So correspondence needs to be changed to the name of the partner, and that's done through the profile section of the CRM and the email accounts, and just switching correspondence to the name. Also remember, guys, Virtual Financial University was built to train new partners, but it also does a great deal for us as managers, because now we don't have to spend time going back through things over and over and over again, because we have recorded breakdowns of each of the tier. Only qualifications partner needs to complete any type of phase 1 exchange and participate. They get access to that. What a tier 2 is at 2/3, great. They won't is 6 or 7 times to get it, great. It's there to be allow us as managers and builders to concentrate on the important things, which is building, managing, leading, developing talent. We've been looking at the 5-year market on the S&P because it's the most broadest scope of the market. And we've been looking at this triple top formation right here. And we talked about usually when things, go up to a certain point, fail, go up to a certain point, fail, go up to a certain point and fail, there's got to be a direction that the market picks. So not only has the S&P 500 broke out of this triple top right here, but it's also done so into all-time highs for the market. That's it should be an extremely bullish scenario, but it has to happen pretty quickly. If the market cannot continue momentum through this process of hitting all-time highs off a triple top, there's going to be a pullback in the market. So we always want to manage this, but if it does, remember, when you get to an all-time high of anything, it's never been there before. There's no resistance. So we could have what's called a blow-off top. So we always want to learn as much as we can about the market, and we throw that in there. We don't have to be market experts, but we do need to understand, generalities of the market movements, and what could potentially happen to people and their money over the next 5, 7, 9, 10 years, whatever their cycle might be. Salesjobs.com is coming to an end. Just in review, we learned a few things. Number one, in today's environment, making outbound cold calls is a tough gig. We also realized that, when we want to find people who are interested in digital opportunities, it's best to find them on digital platforms. I mean, it makes sense. We did this for a while. It served its purpose. We're closing it down now. We'll move to something else. We haven't decided what. When that becomes available, we'll let you guys know. Should be available for, I don't know if it's shut off yet, but it should be available for maybe a couple more days. So if you're using that, just realize when it goes down, it was a planned outage. We're moving on from this. Also, 12-week year, the new year starts Monday the 29th, this coming Monday. If you have never been involved in a 12-week year, you signed up. We don't expect you to have everything perfect in week 1. You can come to that first WAM group, which is your weekly accountability meeting, just with questions about the worksheets, questions about the goals, the tactics. One of the main things you want to do if you are new or relatively new to this process is make sure you've read or reread the book before Monday, and I'll be sending out to anybody who's shown interest in going through this year the worksheets And then if you guys have any questions, by all means, you've got, Alana, myself, we've got a lot of people that have been through this several times now that you can lean on for help, guidance, and questions. So you're just applying the system, which is a time management system, with goals that are clear, concise, maybe a little bit uncomfortable, and then you're applying that time management system to a business system that we have, and that just really all boils down into activity. What is going to drive me to my goals? I just mentioned, a lot of times it's uncomfortable activity, so just realize that most of the growth that you're going to experience in life, whether it's personal, business, is going to come outside your comfort zone, and if you force yourself to do that, it becomes a lot easier. So when you're goal setting for the 12-week year, what's stopping you? And we just went over this. It's scary when you look at change. It makes you do things that you're uncomfortable doing, but this is how you grow. And that's a very important part of, anything that you do in life, but especially this business. Do uncomfortable things, but don't plan them in overwhelming numbers. Don't say that that you're not going to be able to accomplish. For example, Gary Vee put out what's called a $1.80 strategy, where he's putting his 2 cents in engagements on platforms like LinkedIn. Well, that's 90 engagements a day. That's going to be pretty tough for most of us to get, off tops starting this. So what you would do is maybe make a smaller plan, maybe make a 30-cent plan or a 40-cent plan where you're actually having 15 or 20 engagements per day. So something that might be uncomfortable but not impossible for you to do. And then you can build off that smaller plan next time, and over time you'll get up to the numbers that the professional or whoever we got this tactic from advises us to do. Remember, your 12-week year, your business, your personal life, your financial life, it all starts with a vision. You've got to visualize your future with something that gets you up and gets you moving. Can't be something that you just want a little bit. Can't be something that, you see. You got to feel it. You got to feel it with emotion. That's going to drive you to do the things that you need to do, including the comfortable activity. So be clear with your vision. Be clear with your life, and that's a big part of the 12-week year. The vision, the aspirational and the 3-year vision is going to drive your business through the goals that you set up and the compressed time frames that we use in the 12-week year to get much more done than normal people get in the entire calendar year. David referenced this a little bit. We got back from the Green Carpet Day, Wealth Wave. It's always nice to see people hang out with people, have some drinks, just socialize. Wealth Wave is an incredible partner that we have. I always like hanging out with some of those guys over at Wealth Wave. We always pick up a couple of things. They do business a little bit differently than us on multiple levels, including sometimes their approach, as David referenced. So we always want to take what they have. If it's valuable, bring it back to you guys. One of the things that they're really honed in on is making sure the partners they bring in, it's not just about the money and the opportunity for themselves. It's the crusade side for getting in front of people and changing their life financially by teaching them how money works. So you've got to be, you got to believe 100% of what you're doing, and that, it's got to have some type of change, whether it be small change, big change. You've got to understand that our mission statement, our crusade, teach people how money works and improve the financial literacy of this country, which is a major, major problem, is a big mission statement for us. Once you get that into your mindset, it becomes a little bit easier to talk to people because now you're in the mindset, I'm helping people. I'm not approaching people for a selfish reason to build my business or to sell products. I'm actually approaching them to help. And that'll help you guys, like I said, open conversations. David also referenced this. They lead a lot of times with the rule of 72, leading with, life insurance, turns some people off, leading with something that the wealthy put into play all the time and the masses do not. It's pretty interesting to the other side. If they don't know the rule of 72, then, try to get them to watch a quick video. This is on the YouTube channel. It's Compound Interest. It's 4 minutes long. We try to keep all our videos pretty short, and call them back and just talk about the video. Hey, do you know this? Is this working for you or against you, like David referenced? And it gets people thinking, and opens their mind, and it gets them in the mindset of our crusade, once again, helping people. And the conversations get more warm when you're doing something on the front end that provides immediate value to the other side. And that's exactly what we're always trying to do. And we've seen this plenty of times, whether we're marketing for the partner, the client side. A big part of getting in front of people is building that rapport, trust, credibility, getting them in front of something like the Rule of 72 if they didn't know. Trust me, that's going to do both of those things. It's going to allow some rapport to get built, some trust and credibility to get in place, and now we can extend the conversation to get additional information from the other side, discover a problem, offer a solution that includes an action step that leads back to your business activity. And once again, the Rule of 72 is something that I think once you guys start to understand and realize that not many people really, a lot of people pay dearly for not understanding it. And what we want to do is transfer that by giving them the knowledge. And you can see if you're earning 1% over here versus 8% on a $25,000 investment, I mean, it's not even close here. I mean, after year 30, this guy's on the 1%, barely made $8,000. Year 30 over here, we've 10 times our money. So understand what we try to do for people and why we do it. And once again, it's going to help you open more and more conversations. Current CD rates right now in this country as of February of 2019 of this year, 12-month was 0.64, 24-month was 0.84, and 48-month or 4-year was a little bit over 1%. So once again, applying the Rule of 72 here, on that 12-month CD, take 112 years for your money to double. On the 2-year CD, it would take 86 years for your money to double. And on the 4-year CD, it would take 67 years for your money to double. It's a long time. But now we go down and look at the savings accounts. How much money do you guys think right now is in savings accounts across this country? Earn nothing. There's a lot of money that they don't need it. You know, they're paying dearly for not understanding the Rule of 72. So now we look at the current savings rates, which is 0.09%, and we apply the Rule of 72. That's going to take 800 years for their money to double. That's a staggering number. That would take us all the way back to the year 1219, 1220. So understand what we're trying to do, why we're doing it, and why people need us. And once again, once you start getting that mindset of the crusade for what we do for the client as well as the partner side, you become more confident in your ability to go out there and talk to people. Day in the life of the marketer. We're all marketers, whether we've been there before or this is our first time around being a marketer. What do we do in the life of a marketer? Well, first of all, we've got to understand that, yes, we've got all these digital platforms, but you want to spend some time on the phone every day. And the phone is going to be a tool that closes deals, interviews partners, does a lot for you that if you refuse to use the phone, you can never get to. A lot of what we have in the beginning is just fear. And the easiest way to get over fear is to start talking to people without really having anything expected as an outcome out of the phone call. For example, say you're on LinkedIn, and what I've been teaching some of you guys to do, the easiest way if you're not really sure how to open conversations, lead with a question. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do? People are going to love to tell you about what they do. If they want to set up a phone call, you may get absolutely nothing out of it, but the more of these that you have, the easier it's going to be to A, start picking up those incoming calls, or B, start dialing outbound and start getting in front of people. The more conversations you have, just like anything else that you do in life, the more you do it, easier it's going to become, and the better you're going to become at doing it. As a marketer, you have to realize that we all want in life a few things. One of those is time freedom. We want the time to do what we want. We want lifestyle freedom and financial freedom. And those three things coupled right there as a trio, really, in my opinion, creates the new rich. If you've got the money to do what you want, and you've got the lifestyle and time freedom that goes along with that, it's a pretty successful recipe for happiness, in my opinion. So when you look at this, what does Virtual Financial offer as a partner in the beginning? Well, we do offer time freedom because you get to work when you want to work. We offer lifestyle freedom. You can work where you want to work, so you're not having to drive or go to an office. So those two things can be immediate. What they've got to work for is the financial freedom. So always remember, when you're marketing, when you're talking, when you're advertising, what do people really want? Frame the conversation around that. Also realize that you've got different ways that you can make money. Salary, commission, business ownership, a lot of different ways. So when you look at this, there's a few ways to $1 million. How do you get to $1 million? Well, obviously, you got 300 people paying $278 per month for 12 months. That looks like the easiest way to me versus the top salary, $50,000 for 2 decades. So everybody has the ability to make money, and everybody has the choice on how they want to pursue making money. Some of those options and choices are not good. Some of them are good. So understand as a marketer the mindset of typical people. And if you're unable to break that mindset and show somebody a new way to get them to their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, once again, it's time to move on. Don't bring people in here that you've closed. You don't want to close a partner. You want to interview a partner and decide that it's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship. If you close partners coming in, they're not excited about our crusade. They're not excited about our business model. They may see the vision. It's got to be some kind of excitement that gets them up, moving every single day. That's very, very, very important. And, it's kind of piggyback off that. If you're self-employed, running a practice, running a small business, you can see as self-employed sales and their success of their business goes up, quality of life goes down because what are they doing? They're having to manage that. They're always at the office, or in our industry, they're always on the road. So understand that a practice itself is only going to take you so far, and it can be a very, very stressful and grinding experience. So you want to create something for yourself and your business partners that allows freedom at some point in the future, not more involvement from you, but less involvement from you. That's going to bring the freedom that you're looking for. Also, as a marketer, you've got to prospect with a purpose, and that's very important. It's not so much in the very beginning whoever's the most confident on the phone or whoever knows the most. It's whoever's the most confident is going to lead the other party. So what you can do in the beginning, you might not have all the knowledge of the products of the business, but you can be confident about the crusade, your excitement about this business, your excitement about our mission statement. It's either going to be you or the other side. It needs to be you. You need to learn how to close before you prospect. And I'm not talking about close, bringing people in. I'm talking about closing, developing a yes formula, because more videos, more information you get out there, the easier it's going to be to build a pipeline. And that pipeline is going to serve you partners, clients, referrals, business growth. Also, you need, as a marketer, to understand what a virtual business is, the meaning, the definition, the explanation. We talk to a lot of people. I get a lot of feedback that say, oh, yeah, we're virtual also. Well, the easiest way, instead of just shoving and cramming information down their throat when they say that, is ask the question, well, can you give me a little bit of, how you guys are virtual? We got a call center. We use a screen share. Remember, guys, that's not a virtual business by our definition. A virtual business by our definition in financial services is the ability not only to do business in all 50 states, but hire, train, support without physical locations, where everybody's tied into the same infrastructure, the same language, the same system, the same assets. Very, very important. It's a misconception in today's environment right now what a virtual business really is. Money's on the move. And we've talked about this before. This is not a small niche industry. You guys have an amazing opportunity. As a marketer, you just need to learn how to get the right message out and the right type of people that you're looking for that resonates with them. Pain point, solution. It's going to raise their hand. Yes, I want to talk to you. Or no, I didn't know that existed. I'm 50 years old and I never knew about the rule of 72. People, for the most part, are financially illiterate. It's our job to bring literacy on the financial side to as many people as possible. And when you do that, you're going to be richly rewarded along the way, and then long term set you up, depending on how old you are, for a possible business that pays you for decades. Also, we've got a 21st century marketing system, virtual work lifestyle. we've got a lot of things. So always be reviewing what you have as far as advantages, as far as benefits to the business. So when you're out there, it becomes routine in nature. The language and the verbiage that you start to use starts to roll off the tongue. And once again, going back to a couple slides, that comes out of confidence. And all of a sudden, you're not asking, you're directing people to do what you need them to do. Most people will fall in line. Remember, also as a marketer, we are extremely diversified, not only in our products, we have 200 carriers, 500 products, but our roles as well. And you can see that we've got roles for business development, lead generation, sphere of influence referral partners, producers and consultants, recruiters and marketers, sales team leaders and managers. We encourage development and growth as part of our business plan. One of the areas here, sphere of influence referral partners. This is one that I think gets overlooked a lot. So there is an opportunity to create partnerships in the industry, and maybe they don't want to be a straight builder, but maybe they've got a book of business on the P&C or the health side or something else is going on, or from the real estate market. And yes, they want to make more money, and yes, they want to do so without really changing what they're already doing. That could be a referral partner. They don't have to talk to the client. They don't have to close the client. They don't have to follow the policy through underwriting. They don't have to service the client, and they get 65% as that lead generator of the sale. It's a sweet deal. So when you get out in front of people, realize that everybody's not going to fall into a certain space, but there is opportunity to bring value into your business if you learn what people are saying and why they're saying it, and you could still have a possible answer that works as a referral partner. And remember, guys, we've got position, we've got innovation, we've got disruption, we've got execution. We are firing on all cylinders right now, and we will be more and more and more in the coming months and years. So once again, when you understand our position, understand our innovation, understand our disruption and our execution, it becomes a lot easier to go out with confidence and start talking to people. Remember, guys, the middle class is critically underserved. The reason is because, especially after 2008, a lot of financial companies in our industry are focused on the wealthy. They're all chasing that sample size of the population because they don't want to deal with the middle class. Well, we've got a model that not only allows us to deal with the middle class, but allows us to deal with the middle class on a huge volume-based distribution basis. Most people, they desire to be more financially fit. They just don't know how to. And most people have the desire to have greater career engagement. When you look on a platform like LinkedIn, you see a lot of people, they're burned out in the W-2 model. They're burned out in middle management. They're just burned out. They're not getting the satisfaction out of their career and their professional life they want. If they are willing to take an alternate route and change the way they look at money, change the way they look at earning money, and change the way they look at setting themselves up for the future, we've got something pretty incredible here for the right people. So unleash that digital entrepreneur. And once again, as a marketer, just to reinforce, we've got a great process in place. We've got great products. Our job as marketers in the beginning, because you got to build that organization, is to bring the right people in. Once you have the core group of people, people, process, and product are all in place, special things start to happen. Also, guys, remember, a lot of people come from the industry, and one of the things that a lot of companies do is they sell what they make. And that's a major red flag when manufacturing owns distribution. We have the great ability to go out there and service the client with whatever they need, want, and desire off our broker platform. Once again, huge advantage. Understand that as a marketer when you're marketing inside the industry. Also, as a marketer, you need to understand that a lot of people out there have no idea what the difference between growing and scaling a business. And it is a big, big, big difference. Growing a business is basically adding revenue and resources at the same time you're adding revenue. On the other hand, scaling is about adding revenue at an exponential rate while only adding resources at an incremental rate. So our revenue goes way up, our expenses stay flat to only slightly. That's scaling. And that gives you an incredible opportunity for cash flow, personal investment from your side. On the other hand, and with businesses, additional capital, They need additional infrastructure to grow their business. When they grow their business, then that can be detrimental, like a house of cards. So understand the difference between growing and scaling. This is a very, very, very scalable opportunity. The only point of resistance for scalability is just finding the right people and bringing them in. So that's the point of resistance to scalability. And you need to understand that that's the only way that you have to view this business coming in. You're a talent scout. Velocity, that's the other part of your business. How fast are you going to do it? How much speed are you going to create for yourself? So what exactly is velocity? It's the magnitude and direction. It's similar to the speed, how far an object will travel in a certain amount of time. So how fast will your business travel in a certain amount of time? The velocity is very, very important because that creates the growth in multiple directions. You're never going to get to the distribution without building a base shop. You're never going to get to a base shop without going to the process of building it and letting people help you to the point you become senior vice president. Quicker you get to these points, quicker the money starts to mature, quicker that you get to your exit point. Also, guys, when you're out there marketing, remember that this platform right here, just in 2018, created new rank earners, core 68, $500,000, 19, $750,000, 13, $1 million was 5, 1.5 was 4. There were two $2 million new rank earners and one each of $3, $4, and $5 million. There's not too many companies out there that can boast that type of numbers in terms of what was created in just 1 year. So understand we are creating a lot of wealth through what we do. And once again, as a marketer, understand how we get paid, because if somebody asks, how do you guys get paid? And you go into some long diatribe about, well, we do F&As, we bring part, no one's going to understand that. We get paid in 4 ways: personal income, agency income, expansion. How you get paid right now. The easiest way on the follow-up is to go back to the question so you can understand how they get paid now and how you can help them. People, you do not get paid to recruit here. You get paid to seem like your business depends on it, because quite frankly, it does depend on it. If you're not networking, if you're not marketing, what's going to happen is you're going to drift. Calendar is going to stay with a bunch of white space, and you're going to start to doubt yourself or the business opportunity or your ability to be successful in this business opportunity, and the drift ultimately becomes quit. One of the things that we always want to try to intertwine in these Wednesday meetings is just little helpful hints. And one of the things that you guys can do to stand out in email marketing is put some emojis in the subject line. We've talked about emojis before in terms of how it increases engagement on platforms like Instagram, but on subject lines, it grabs the attention of your subscribers, and it does increase the open rate. Also, emojis help to increase your brand awareness. And number 3, emojis help you save space. So, for example, if you wanted to offer the free gift of a financial needs analysis, and you say, in your subject line, free gift enclosed, or you say free gift enclosed with actually, a couple of emojis of gifts, it stands out in the inbox. Very, very easy. If you just Google something like list of emojis, it'll come up, bookmark the page, and all you have to do is take whatever emoji you want off that page, copy it, paste it into the subject line. LinkedIn Helper. Now, I know this has started slow. That's the way it goes. I kind of look at it as a snowball. You start real slow. Eventually, it's going to be really, really big. But it does start slow. It builds over time. And it ends up being a huge organized database. I can never do what Link Helper does through the manual. I just don't know what I've sent, when I've sent it, who I've talked to. This allows me to be more organized. So think about one or more offices. Think about if you have just a base shop. And think about if you have 20 people in that base shop all doing this every day, all getting 100 invites, 150 messages out there. The compounding effect really builds. For example, if I have a business owner list, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that list, 700, 800, 900, whatever. And then our first is invitation, followed by a thank you for to take that list and put it this over time is an effective approach. 30-day challenge. One of the things you want to do is get yourself out there. And when you get yourself out there on social media, some of the best ways to do it is to start to join groups. Over the next 30 days, if you've been around here for a while, see if you can join some more Facebook groups, get yourself out there. Now, remember, you can't go into somebody else's group and blindly advertise. They're probably going to throw you out, but you can offer insightful information that can lead to conversations being open outside that group. That's what that's effective for. When you're building a winning team, it's the most important part of the business model on the agency building side. You've got to get connected with each other. You've got to all commit to a certain goal. You guys have to learn how to plan collaboratively, how to contribute through the assembly line in an equal way that makes everybody happy, that makes everybody successful, and that makes everybody comfortable in doing what they want to go to, which is allocate natural strengths, support and encourage each other. That's very important, especially in the beginning. This business is hard. It's a lot of rejection in the beginning because you don't really know what you're doing. Part of the manager in the very beginning's role is just to offer some positive motivation, some positive reinforcement. We all go through this, keep powering through it. Just the activity is all I want to see now. You're doing great. And then work fast, stay on track, and try to get your base shop built to the point where you've got people that are following your lead, becoming leaders, and they go off and do this on their own. As a marketer, keep educating yourself. As a manager, keep educating yourself. As a consultant, keep educating yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn, and that's social media, recruiting, marketing, industry news, self-improvement, management, closing sales, virtual financial. If you are in this business over 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, and you really continue to educate yourself, you're going to watch your business blow up versus those people who don't make this a priority and they don't educate themselves. The difference will be very, very clear as the time goes forward. Also, when you're building your team, understand that you are setting the example. So whatever you're doing, people are watching. Good, bad, or ugly, they're watching you and they're saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to follow this person, or, oh, I don't think this person has any idea what they're doing. You want to lead by setting a good example, and you want to help by monitoring your team. Once again, if you sign people up and you just forget about them, you're going to watch your business grow by the numbers, but that's all. Your cash flow is not going to grow. Your retention's not going to grow. Your base shop's not going to grow. You're not going to have any outside offices. You've got to monitor your team and help them. The CRM and the profile and the dashboard notifications, you can actually set the dashboard up to have your 5 best people. Basically, you get notified as they're doing stuff. So that's another tool for the CRM. All of this CRM, you're going to have your reps. If you did this correctly, identified them as a rep coming in, they should be in that rep category. But also, you need to keep a bird's eye view of what's going on. There is a team tracker that you can use. There's a video on the YouTube channel about how to use it. That way I can look at the sheet of paper or look on my computer screen and know, okay, John Smith needs to do this. And needs to do this. I can get in contact with him. Says, wondering 2 weeks later, I wonder what John Smith's doing. I haven't talked to him in 14 days. Tracker gives you a bird's eye view of not only who's working, but also where they are so you can help push them in a positive direction. What are the possibilities? So what are the possibilities if you keep educating yourself? What are the possibilities if you set a great example for others? What are the possibilities if you start to manage effectively? There are unlimited opportunities and unlimited possibilities that can be very, very positive for you, your family, whatever causes you want to get behind with this cash flow. Our 1-2 combination plan, remember, in the F&A, we've got 6 building blocks. We've got cash flow, debt management, emergency fund, proper protection, asset accumulation and estate preservation. Our 1-2 combination punch from the product side is protection and accumulation. So when you look at this, one of the things that on the accumulation side that a lot of financial advisors look at is, okay, let's look at taxes, let's look at debt, let's look at the potential inflation, let's look at what you have saved up. What's the problem here? If you've got a lump sum of money that you're dwindling down over time, you're hoping that that money will outlive you. Well, it's not working for a lot of people. So the problem with a lot of financial advisors is, where's the cash flow? Where's the additional income? Where am I going to make money, over a course of time after I've got to quote unquote the retirement years, but I'm not ready to pack it in. We're not to the point, and I put this in the Facebook group, we need to change the conversation about retirement from, physical aging, getting sick, fixed income, Social Security, economic disasters to a new paradigm that includes making money in the retirement years, but doing so in a way that allows for the retirement lifestyle. Living benefits, David touched on this. One of the things you guys can also do that will help you greatly, just continue to revisit videos about living benefits because, yeah, we know the basics of it, but the more that you can get dialed into the inner mechanics, what it does, and be able to clearly, concisely, and effectively get that over to the other side in a way that's not all about insurance, all about the benefits of having these products in case something happens where we can pay the mortgage. And we can do all this other stuff where traditional life insurance only has one payout, and that's death. So you want to become a living benefits expert. Once again, the more you learn about products, the more you learn about marketing, the business, better you're going to become at all those roles. And one of the things that you can do, this is cut off a little bit down at the bottom, but this was a 38-year-old female preferred non-smoker. The super policy from Transamerica ranks in the top 3 of several hundred search engines for term insurance for cost. So when you look at that and understand that that's a very cost-effective product, and you look at the difference over here, just a few bucks more for living benefits, really is an easy decision. Go with the living benefits. Evolution of a virtual financial partner. This is very, very important because you're not going to get to the independence of a partner until you go through the whole stage. And this is important. If you're not willing to help people on the front end, you're never going to have that person on the back end that goes off and does this independently. So when you look at this, people come in, they're going to be like, they're going to need everything. They're going to have small questions, tiny questions. If you're the type of person that gets annoyed by people asking you questions in the beginning, it's going to be a tough road for you. But by doing that, by basically holding their hand for a period of time, they become, interdependent. They can do some stuff. Now they need to be coached and mentored. That coach and mentor process leads to total independence. Yes, you're going to have a relationship with them. Yes, you will still talk to them, but they don't necessarily need you on a day-to-day basis, and that's what you're looking for. You can't get independence without dependence first. So understand people are going to need a lot from you in the beginning. Be willing to offer that help. That's going to lead you to a successful SVP first-generation office. Should be making you about $10,000 a month in passive income. And that's a solid office. So when you're looking at things, understand the long-term value of what you're doing. Those small questions in the beginning could lead to, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the back end in passive income. You don't go zero to passive. You got to get there. Also, understand, guys, the value. I think a lot of times in the beginning, we place too much value on a lead because we're not getting any leads. A lead is just a lead. It's somebody to talk to. It's somebody that's been to a landing page, a website, something happened. It's got a little bit of value. It gives you something to do, but don't overvalue a lead. Your client's going to have leads. Our client's going to have value. Your partner's going to have value. Your partner's actually doing stuff with activity have more value. Part of your core group, that 7 to 10, has a lot of value. And there's partner distribution legs. That's the most value you can possibly look for. So understand, don't get scared about lead generation in terms of thinking that you're going to say something or not say something that's going to ruin it. If somebody sees this business like a lot of us do, there's nothing that you're going to say on the front end that's going to botch it. And if you're honest with them and don't try to BS your way through, get somebody else on the phone who can answer their questions. People appreciate that. Determination. Really, that's what this takes. It's the act of making or arriving at a decision. The decision is, hey, I want to come in this business and be successful. To do that, I've got to be determined. And that is a fixed intention to achieve the desired result. So we always talk about you made the decision, you understand what the result will be. The only thing left in the middle is the action. Be determined to be successful. Don't play to keep from losing, play to win. I think a lot of people in our society today, they play to keep from losing. We want to play to win. It's going to take some sweat equity. It doesn't cost hardly anything. It's dinner and drinks out, what we say, under $200. It's not a big investment. What the investment is from the partner is sweat equity. It's grit, perseverance, and the ability to see down the road that your actions today are going to amount to something. I'm committed to Virtual Financial. Alana's committed to Virtual Financial. This is all we do. We gave up a lot to make this happen, and, we're fully committed to helping you guys. You need to invest in qualified opportunity zones. In this instant, you're investing your time. Time is the most important investment, but if you put your time into this in an effective way, this is a huge opportunity zone for you to come in and build something that changes a very, very, very large industry that's measured in trillions. So that, guys, is all that we have for today. If you guys have any questions, let us know. 12-week year, if you guys are participating, or if you haven't signed up and want to participate, let us know, and we will be glad to help you guys in any way possible.
All right, great training, Mike. I saw a few comments that there were just a few little audio glitches. We were in severe thunderstorm warnings all night, and been just a little bit glitchy. So I apologize if anybody had any small hiccups or interruptions. And if anybody say, what we'll do is we'll stop the recording, and then we'll